Bloomsday and beyond. The Irish contribution to San Francisco can be seen across our city. We see it in the names on our streets, in the institutions Irish Americans helped build, in traditions like St. Patrick's Day Parade, and the enduring ties between San Francisco and Ireland. It's a legacy that continues to shape our city today. Each year, Bloomsday and beyond commemorates the contributions of Irish Americans to San Francisco. Few stories capture the legacy better than that of Michael O'Shaughnessy. In the early 1900s, Michael O'Shaughnessy, an Irish immigrant and San Francisco city engineer, designed a complex network of muni lines throughout San Francisco with intention and efficiency. He built the Twin Peaks Tunnel to connect the east and west sides of our city. He worked to ensure everyone benefited, extending muni service to neighborhoods that had previously lacked access. More than a century later, San Franciscans still rely on the infrastructure O'Shaughnessy helped create. And just as our city continues to benefit from generations of Irish Americans who have helped build San Francisco and strengthen our civic life, our connection with Ireland remains strong today. Through our sister city relationship with Cork, we foster educational, economic, and community ties that enrich both cities. Ireland is not only part of San Francisco's history, it remains an important part of our future. I want to thank Council General Micheál Smith, SFMTA, Julie, thank you, and everyone involved in Bloomsday and beyond. I also want to thank our supervisor, Cheyenne Chen. This event celebrates Irish San Franciscan heritage, brings these stories into our communities, and helps make them accessible to new generations. So I will close with Let's Go Ireland and Let's Go San Francisco. And now I'd like to introduce the Council General of Ireland, Micheál Smith.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Díobh Accordia, as we say in Ireland. Mayor Lurie, supervisors, City Librarian Michael Lambert, Director Julie Kirschbaum, members of the media, friends, and fellow readers. Thank you for joining us here today. Today is Bloomsday, June 16th, a day celebrated around the world in honour of James Joyce and his masterpiece, Ulysses. This novel tells the story of a single day in the life of an ordinary man, Leopold Bloom. The date is June 16th, 1904. The setting is Dublin, and through Bloom's journey across the city, Joyce reminds us that the beauty of life is often found in those everyday moments, in the streets we walk, the people we meet, and in the thoughts that we carry with us. Bloomsday has become a global celebration, not of only one great book, but of literature itself. It is a celebration of storytelling, imagination, curiosity, and the power of books to help us understand ourselves and each other better. And that's what brings us together here today, ladies and gentlemen. While Leopold Bloom spent his day travelling around Dublin, today we are taking literature on a journey across this great city of San Francisco. Through this wonderful partnership between the Consul General of Ireland, the San Francisco Public Library, and the SFMTA, books, stories, conversations will travel through the city, through the El Tarville. We want to bring literature out onto the streets, beyond libraries, beyond classrooms, and beyond the bookshelves, and to place it in everyday lives of the people of this great city. And reading remains one of the most powerful ways that we can broaden our horizons, challenge our assumptions, and connect with the experiences of others in the world that moves at extraordinary speed. Sometimes books invite us to slow down, reflect, and imagine. And today's initiative is about doing that. Ireland has made a strong impact in the world of literature. We're a nation of storytellers and readers. And from that small island, we have Nobel laureates like W.B. Yeats, George Bernard Shaw, Samuel Beckett, Seamus Heaney. And we celebrate modern authors today as well, Roddy Doyle, Colm Tóibín, Claire Keegan, among many others. And we're very, very proud that we're connected to the Bay Area with people like Evan Boland, who spent most of her career based in Stanford. And today is an opportunity to share that literature with the people of San Francisco, and an opportunity to deepen further our connections that the mayor just spoke about. Few people have embodied those connections more than Michael O'Shaughnessy, born in Limerick and arrived in San Francisco at the end of the 19th century to become one of the most consequential figures in the city's history. San Francisco and Ireland have much in common. Both value creativity, innovation, and learning. Both understand the importance of public spaces, public institutions, and public culture, and both recognize that stories matter. So today is about telling those stories, adding to the stories that are told in this city, adding to the story between Ireland and San Francisco. And we invite you all to board the train and celebrate this day with us. So many thanks to you all. Gurmil Mahagath, and I'd like to pass on to Supervisor Alan Wong. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to Mayor Leary, Council General Smith, Director Kirschbaum, City Librarian Lambert, the SFMTA, Muni Diaries, the United Irish Cultural Center, and all the partners who helped make today's Bloomsday celebration possible. As the supervisor for the Sunset District, I'm especially grateful to see San Francisco recognizing the rich Irish heritage that has helped shape our city. Over the past few months, I've had the privilege of working alongside Irish leaders and the organizations to move forward with the Irish Cultural District in the Sunset. Through those conversations, I saw a deep commitment not only to preserving history, but also to ensuring that future generations have the opportunities to learn from it and carry it forward. Just last Monday, I attended the kickoff of the Irish Summer Camp at the United Irish Cultural Center. What struck me most was seeing people of all ages gather together, sharing traditions, building relationships, and creating memories. Those moments remind us that heritage is not something that belongs only in books or museums. It lives on through people. The Irish community has been an important part of the Sunset for generations. Institutions like the United Irish Cultural Center have helped foster a sense of belonging, bringing neighbors together and enriching the fabric of our neighborhood. I also appreciate that today's celebration takes place along the L Terraville corridor. For many of us in the Sunset, the L is woven into everyday life. I grew up taking the L. It carries students to school, workers to their jobs, families to gatherings, and visitors to local businesses. Today, the same route serves as a pathway for storytelling. It honors the literary legacy of James Joyce while recognizing Michael O'Shaughnessy, whose vision helped shape San Francisco, whose work continues to serve residents more than a century later. It is a fitting reminder that the city we enjoy today was built by people whose contributions that continue to benefit us every day. What I find most meaningful about this event is that it bridges literature, history, public transit, and neighborhood life. It shows us that our stories are connected and how the people who came before us continue to influence the communities that we call home. As someone who is born and raised in the Sunset, I'm proud that our neighborhood remains a place where traditions are shared, cultures are honored, and people from all backgrounds come together. Thank you for being here, and happy Bloomsday. And I'd like to invite Supervisor Cheyenne Chen to join me up to speak.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Bloomsday. With that, I also want to thank Mayor Leary, SFMTA, our librarian, Michael Lambert, and also especially with our Irish General Council member. And also, I want to really highlight Director Penny Coulter. And this is really an opportunity to continue to highlight why San Francisco is a world-class city, because we do have a lot of international elements in our city. We are leading and celebrating and uplifting culture that is really unique to the world. And with today's Irish cultural celebration and connecting the theme with Muni, I also want to make sure that we are uplifting how our Muni system in San Francisco, it's really one of the best tool, one of the best revenue to continue to connect with people. And the Bloomsday reminds me of like a walk in Dublin. And I had the privilege of travel to Dublin years ago, and I took my younger daughter, and we spent a day walking downtown, going to the zoo, and really actually talk to a lot of the people in Dublin and learn about their immigrant stories too. Also in Ireland, in Dublin, for their immigrant stories. And this brings back to San Francisco, which is, immigrant is the important fabric of our city. And it also reminds myself about my own stories, that how my own stories in the Muni system that shape who I am today. My story on the Muni is like day one when I first landed to the city of San Francisco on my Muni ride to San Francisco SFUSD. I thought that Muni is really just one way around. So when I got to school at Galileo, and I thought, on my way home, I also board on the same bus that will take me home. So at the time, with my broken English, I was lost. And then with the empathy, with the compassion, with the care of our San Francisco residents, and I was able to redirect and back to another opposite side of the Muni system and get back home. And that story continues to remind me, everybody who's riding Muni, whether you're a student, whether you're an immigrant, whether you're a worker, whether you're a senior going to somewhere on Muni, you have a very unique stories that you can share and help the story continue to shape why San Francisco is a world-class city. And I think today we're here to uplifting our Irish culture. This is really continue to speak about San Francisco as an important fabric of where we embrace everybody's culture. And I really look forward that the cultural activation activity, including Irish book reading, storytelling, and free books giveaway from our library, and also pop-up exhibition about our Muni. All this is really amazing and wonderful, and speaks a lot about how San Francisco continue to celebrate each other. And it's wonderful to be here today. Thank you so much. Now I have the privilege to introduce our SFMTA director.
Thank you, Supervisor Chen, for sharing your Muni story, and thank you to that operator who helped you. So many of our operators every day are helping people make wonderful Muni stories, and events like this are a unique way for us to encourage riders and remind people why Muni is so important to communities across the city. Bloomsday is a celebration around the world with walking tours on June 16th, the day Leopold Bloom, the protagonist in Ulysses, walked around Dublin. And we are so honored for the twist today to add Muni and transit to recreating this epic walk. We'll be taking the El Taraval today, which is running better than ever since the corridor reopened in 2024. And we will be recognizing all of the wonderful ways that Muni connects with this city, much of which is possible because of the incredible engineering of Michael O'Shaughnessy, who not only built a lot of our key roadways, but also the Twin Peaks Tunnel, which is a core part of the El Taraval route. Muni connects people to opportunity and to their favorite places and people. It just as it has for the last 100 years. I'd really like to thank the Irish Consulate for partnering with us to celebrate the city's cultural heritage and this important transit history. And I want to thank our Transit Division staff for hosting this panel in motion on the El Taraval today. Thank you all for being here. Have fun on today's tour, and just really take a moment to explore all of the special parts of San Francisco in this unique partnership that we have lifting up our Irish culture and our Irish history. And I'm also really excited to introduce San Francisco City Librarian Michael Lambert, who's helping us to expand this event and really make the connection between Muni and storytelling.
Happy Bloomsday, everybody. Yes. The library is always excited to be a part of the city's Bloomsday celebrations, And this one, of course, is so near and dear to our mission to promote reading, storytelling, and the literary spirit of James Joyce's Ulysses across San Francisco. I'm proud to see our neighborhood libraries like West Portal and Parkside being a part of today's activities, along with our bookmobile. In fact, if Leopold Bloom had made his meandering journey through San Francisco instead of Dublin, he would have no choice but to stumble across many of our neighborhood libraries and our bookmobiles that dot every corner of our fair city. It's a testament to the importance our city places on promoting literacy that we have created such a legacy for the literary arts. I hope you will join me in getting into the spirit of the day by picking up a new book to read this Bloomsday. I've got a tote bag full of Irish authors right here. Perhaps a selection from our Bloomsday and Beyond book list that recognizes Joyce's modern-day contemporaries in Irish literature, like Sally Rooney, Colm Toibin, Maggie O'Farrell, Tana French, and so many more. Thank you for participating in Bloomsday, and thank you for supporting your San Francisco Public Libraries. And now I'd like to welcome our Consul General Smith back up to the podium.
Thank you, Michael. And I think that's us wrapping this up. We're about to start the journey across San Francisco. Before I do so, I'd like to give a few books to the Mayor Lurie, and to the Chief of Protocol, Penny Coulter. And we have books for everyone in the audience as well after this. But just thank you all for participating. Thank you for the energy, and we're really looking forward to today. Thank you.